Hi everybody, I'm going to give you a quick little tour of the curriculum database that I put together for our curriculum team here at Grantham University. When we were hired, our team was kind of hired as a group, and one of the things that we set as a goal for ourselves for 2016 was to help create revisions that were data-driven rather than just on a cycle, as they had been. Previously, we'd been working on a 3-year cycle, and regardless of whether a course needed to be revised or not, it would just come up and we would revise it. Sometimes that caused courses that were perfectly fine to be revised unnecessarily, which meant we were spending money on SMEs and on new textbooks that we didn't necessarily need to do. It also meant that courses that were in an urgent need of revision may have been put off when we could have been improving them, kind of triaging them into an order that would have made sense and been better for our programmatic outcomes. So one of the things that we're going to be doing in 2017, even though 2017 is half over, is I created a database for all of our course information, as well as information about SMEs, information about student survey results, specific features of a course, for instance, whether it used an ebook or whether it had labs, whether it was considered an upper level course, a lower level course, whether it had a capstone, any possible feature you could think of for a course, in addition to any kind of feedback we had received for the course itself. There were a few parameters that I was given about the database. It needed to be as close to free as possible. It needed to be something that everybody could access, including our academics department, so provosts, deans, faculty members, and anybody on our curriculum team. And it needed to be something that was user-friendly. I had previously considered using just a SQL database and maintaining it myself, but we realized that would have been really tedious because anything that we would have wanted to enter would have had to go through me as well as queries. So what I ended up using was a simple Google site, because even though we have the ability to create websites within our institution, this one would be something that was free and easy to maintain and set up, but it would also be something that was restricted to the grantham.edu domain, so only faculty could get to it. It can't be necessarily found outside of our domain, which was nice. So I have basically a simple website set up where you can see there's a home page that just takes you back to the original page. It tells you what it is, how to enter information, and how to query the information. Then there's a page for inputting the data, which I'll go back through and show you more thoroughly in a second. And then there's finally a page for querying the data. And I'm on Wi-Fi, so it's a little bit slow to load. But I'm going to go back to this input data to show you how our faculty and our staff are able to enter information. This is just a basic Google form that I've embedded into the page. And as you can see, there's a list of several different features about the course. And as we are expanding this database and as we're entering data, my curriculum team, or our curriculum team, is able to add changes to this form themselves. They have access rights and edit permissions for all of this. So if we think of, this course happens to have an ebook that's not listed here, they can go in and add that and then click on that when they enter the form. We're going to also be able to add eventually, if information about our SME pool. We'll have places for their addresses, their pictures, past performance reviews to see if we want to use them again instead of just default adding SMEs to projects. We can pick the perfect person for the job. We can also make sure that things that maybe appear in 1 or 2 programs are being pulled out and highlighted. If a course is affecting not only, say, a computer science, but also an information science track, that's very important to know, and it affects what content we put into the class. We'll have information about student demographics, their drop rate, pass rate, how they're doing in the course, and as the data starts rolling in, we'll be able to have places for their feedback on the course, as well as faculty feedback on the course. We'll be linking to other faculty surveys, and this will all be included in the final form of the database. So that's the inputting data. Basically, you just use it as a form and press submit. What it does is it populates a spreadsheet on the back end that is linked with an API to this graphic user interface, this GUI, for querying the data. And what I like about this is that, as you can see, it's filterable by a lot of different features. It's just kind of a nice little toggle system where I can say, a Bloom's coefficient, meaning whether it's considered a lower level course in terms of critical thinking and rigor, or I'm looking for any of my courses that are of high rigor, and I can pull those through there. Right now this database only has, I think, like 10 or 11 courses in it, so it's not going to pull a lot of courses for you to see. We were hoping to use this immediately, but we had to take some time off with it for a different project that they've put us on. But hopefully, we have approximately 400 courses, so this is going to be really helpful in being able to see smaller chunks of them without having to filter a spreadsheet or to look through things manually. And yeah, so there's a few different drop-down menus here. There will be different places where you can actually write in things to search for things. You can toggle by pretty much any feature that was listed in the input folder, or in the input form, and as we add more things to select in the input form, more choices will appear here, and then you can pull those courses. So what I really like about this is you'll be able to compare courses against courses, you'll be able to compare courses by feature, you'll be able to compare SMEs against other SMEs, and pretty much the possibilities are limitless in terms of what you can look at and kind of, slice out and parse out within this database. So thank you for taking this tour with me. If you have any questions, feel free to email me at my email that's on my student profile, and thanks for a great past few months.